One of the things that history has taught us is that frontrunners will stumble and underdogs will break through.
I have the Baltimore Ravens finishing second.
The Bengals should be the best team in the North.
8 teams favored to win their respective divisions will fall short of that goal. So, how about we take a look at those 8 teams who are favored to win their divisions, but won't. Buffalo Bills. Despite finishing the 2025 season behind the Patriots for second place in the AFC East, the Bills are once again the favorites to win the division in 2026. And I mean, why wouldn't they? They boast one of the league's best quarterbacks in Josh Allen. His ability to control a game with his arm and extend drives with his feet means that Buffalo is never really out of a game. And this season, the Bills have improved their passing attack with the addition of DJ Moore. Buffalo has also made moves off the field, firing longtime head coach Sean McDermott for his repeated failure to succeed in the regular season, only to fall short in the playoffs. Promoted from offensive coordinator with the endorsements of Allen, new head coach Joe Brady brings a certain stability to the organization that an outside hire wouldn't. Well, at least that's what an optimist would say. A realist sees a much different picture here. Perhaps the real problem wasn't with McDermott. Sure, he was the head coach, so blame will fall to him, but Joe Brady was the offensive coordinator and called the plays last season, and plans to retain that responsibility as head coach. The head coach may have changed, but has the offense? Not really, especially with the same quarterback, who just might not be a big game player. And hey, he wouldn't be the first, and he certainly won't be the last. The Bills will still be a winning team, but New England has also improved and is a real threat to the Bills' AFC East supremacy. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's tough to say if the Buccaneers are the favorites to win the NFC South in 2026. Honestly, it's actually kind of tough to say if any team in the division are the favorites to win it. But one thing is for sure, it's really tough to call any team in the division winners, as none of them had a winning record in 2025. In fact, 2020 was the last year where 2 teams in the division finished a season with double-digit win totals. So, since we wanted one team from each division and the Buccaneers have the most established quarterback in the division, we're gonna take them as the favorite. Baker Mayfield has a lot to play for this season. Entering the final year of his contract, the 31-year-old will certainly be motivated to play well so he can earn a new, big money deal. Regardless of their weaknesses, the Bucs are predicted to win 8 to 9 games in 2026, which should be enough for a top spot in the division. However, if they can get to 8 to 9 wins, well, so can the Panthers, Falcons, or Saints. Football is a physical sport, and players do get hurt. A team forecasted to win 8 to 9 games doesn't have a lot of margin for error, and they probably can't afford to absorb significant injuries to any key players. Additionally, their 3 division rivals aren't that far off from having a successful season themselves. The Falcons and the Panthers, who won the division last year, tied the Bucs with 8 wins in 2025. So honestly, it's really anyone's crown. And we just don't think it's going to be Tampa's. Baltimore Ravens. In 2025, the Steelers won the AFC North. However, many felt that wasn't due to their dominance. No, on the contrary. It was due to 2 of their division rivals having down seasons, and one of them being the Cleveland Browns. Heading into 2026, the Ravens are the clear frontrunner for the division. Lamar Jackson is easily the best dual-threat quarterback in the NFL today, if not all time. In addition to his strong, accurate passing ability, he possesses speed and elusiveness that is rarely seen by a quarterback. Not only can he turn broken plays into massive gains, but Jackson's playmaking ability forces opposing teams to place a defender on him every single play. Yet the Ravens' offense also consists of running back Derrick Henry, who, despite being 32 years old, continues to put up impressive numbers. Add a solid receiving group that includes Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, and tight end Mark Andrews, and, well, it's easy to see why the Ravens are favored to win the AFC North. Yet they won't. This will be the first time in 18 years that John Harbaugh will not be patrolling the sidelines in Baltimore, as he was fired after last season. While a veteran team can overcome a new head coach, there are bound to be bumps in the road. Unfortunately, a new head coach isn't their only issue. The primary obstacle facing Baltimore lies 423 miles away as the crow flies in Cincinnati. The Bengals overhauled their defense. They contain a high-powered offense. The Ravens in 2026, nevermore. Seattle Seahawks. The defending champions, the Seahawks, have to be the favorites to win the NFC West this season. The case for Seattle to repeat as division champs in 2026 is a pretty open and shut one. I mean, heck, they still maintain one of the league's most formidable defenses, and quarterback Sam Darnold seems to have finally found his game in the Pacific Northwest. In 2025, he showed himself to be a highly efficient signal caller who was capable of minimizing mistakes and maximizing elite talent, such as Jackson Smith-Njigba. But that was then, and this is now. 2026 marks a new season. Can Darnold do it again? Especially since the offense took a big hit when they lost running back Kenneth Walker III to the Chiefs Chiefs in free agency, and I mean, it's not just the QB. Can the whole team do it again? Look, it's pretty dang hard to repeat as champions, whether it's a division or a Super Bowl. Every team will be gunning for them this year, as they all want to take down the reigning champs, especially their division rivals, who have both significantly improved their teams. The Rams have added defensive end Myles Garrett to an already lethal defense, and the 49ers have given QB Brock Purdy a new weapon in WR Mike Evans. They'll both be coming after Seattle, and having that target on your back can definitely wear a team down, which is why we think the Seahawks won't repeat as division champs. Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs suffered a massive fall from grace in 2025 as they finished the season with a dismal 6-11 record, which was good enough for third place in the AFC West. Unfortunately for Kansas City, once Patrick Mahomes was lost for the season with a knee injury, the Chiefs' season was essentially done. In spite of last year's issues, the Chiefs are once again favored to win the division in 2026. Mahomes is on schedule to start the season under center, and his presence alone is enough to push Kansas City back into favored status. But it's more than that. They'll have a healthy Rashee Rice at wide receiver for a full season and have imported running back Kenneth Walker III, who was named a Super Bowl MVP last season with the Seahawks. Head coach Andy Reid should have a field day planning for his offense. But it's not all sunshine and daisies in KC, as they have plenty of issues too. Mahomes suffered a severe knee injury. He might be ready to start the season, but will he be effective? And what about star tight end Travis Kelce? I mean, he's going to be turning 37 this season and has already begun showing the effects of age and wear and tear of living the glamorous life as a Swiftie. The Chiefs also had difficulty in close contests, with a 1-9 record in one-score games. After 13 seasons in charge, could Andy Reid finally have worn out his welcome? Philadelphia Eagles. The chances of an Eagle three-peats are very slim, if they even exist at all. There are just far too many factors standing in the way of that happening. Internally, the offense took a major hit when they traded A.J. Brown to New England. Removing Kevin Patullo as offensive coordinator and replacing him with Sean Mannion creates another layer of instability, as Mannion is the team's 7th since 2019. Changing the coordinator so frequently prevents the team from getting into any long-term rhythm. Of course, if true, the rumor reports that Jalen Hurts is not receptive to coaching and the execution of certain offenses really doesn't help matters. Houston Texans. The Texans entered the 2026 season as the favorites to win the AFC South for several key factors. First is the continued growth of CJ Stroud, who, with another year under his belt, is expected to return to his dominant form and lead an offense that has made numerous reinforcements. A rebuilt offensive line should provide the protection that Stroud needs to be successful, as well as create holes for running back David Montgomery. Defensively, they're elite, possibly one of the best in the NFL. Led by Will Anderson Jr., this unit is able to create game-changing pressure that gives the Texans a huge advantage over their opponents, and a remarkably high ceiling. And the Texans didn't rest this offseason. They looked to address their holes by upgrading the offensive line, adding weapons to improve play action and efficiency in the red zone. There is a lot to like in Houston, but there's also a lot to like in places like Jacksonville and Indianapolis. The Jaguars have Trevor Lawrence at quarterback, and over the last couple of seasons, he's begun to blossom into an elite talent, throwing for over 4,000 yards with 38 total touchdowns in 2025. They also have a top defense that forced 30 turnovers last year. The Colts have key pieces on offense, such as Alec Pierce, and a defensive unit that is capable of elite play. Detroit Lions. The 2026 season has the potential to be a very good year for the Detroit Lions. Despite missing out on the playoffs in 2025, they are favored to reclaim the top spot in the NFC North. They have an elite offense led by quarterback Jared Goff and explosive playmakers like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jameson Williams, and Sam Laporta. The defense, which suffered numerous injuries in 2025, is bound to have much better health this year. Additionally, although they finished 2025 in last place, their 9 wins placed them 2 off the division lead, showing just how close this division is, which is precisely the reason why the Lions will not win the NFC North this year. The Bears, Vikings, and Packers are all capable of taking the division title. Minnesota has elite offensive playmakers like Justin Jefferson and a disruptive defense. Over in Chicago, or whoever the heck the Bears are playing, they are the defending division champs, and they have a very potent offense led by Caleb Williams and a defense defense that can generate game-changing takeaways and critical stops. Under the continued development of Jordan Love and a stout defense led by Micah Parsons, the Packers can't be counted out either. But hey, who do you think is going to win each division? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, then clicking the like button helps us out a ton. And you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.